Hello and welcome to another episode of Instructor 101 for outdoor instructors that want to make an even bigger impact on those that they work with. Let's get started. To make sure that you get loads of tips, tricks, videos, resources and more, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss out on future content. So a few years ago, I was working at an activity centre in a supervisory role, and there's roughly around 50 apprentice activity instructors that worked there. One day, one of the instructors came up to me and he asked me, how much value does an apprenticeship scheme have? And I didn't feel like I was in a position to comment because I hadn't really done an apprenticeship myself. I'd worked my way up doing different qualifications and then found myself going through different employers. But what I did end up saying to him was that if there are 49 other apprentice instructors just at this particular centre, and then if you think about the other centres that are within a company, also on top of that, there's hundreds of others at different activity centres, and however many years that's been going on, then you've got to think about how you make yourself stand out from the competition so that you're not just the same apprentice that everyone else is. So in summary, that particular instructor needs to invest in himself and be proactive about it. But that advice wasn't just specific to that one instructor. It applied to all of those different instructors, and it still continues today, regardless of what role that you're in now, whether you're still an apprentice, whether you're starting off your career, or you're continuing your career and you've got a lot more experience. So by investing in yourself, I don't just mean waiting around and hoping that your employer will eventually, maybe fingers crossed, if I get a promotion, invest in you. What I'm talking about is you being proactive about it. Now, if there are courses that your employer runs, then that's fantastic. Book on every single course that you can, as many as possible, and help to make yourself stand out from the crowd. Also, if the time is right, then don't be afraid to suggest courses to your employers. They might be willing to part fund things as well. So maybe just having a quick chat with your line manager, there might be a possibility. The worst that they can say is no. So what do you do if your employer is not willing to fund the particular course that you feel that you need to progress in this industry? Sounds really obvious, but pay for it yourself. Now, I know that as outdoor activity instructors, it's not the best paid industry in the world. I get that. But by putting a little bit aside, over a period of time, it's going to add up, and then we will be able to afford those courses that are just out of our reach. Okay, a little bit of a rant now. So at this place that I used to work, there was this monthly splurge that happened where all the instructors used to go out on the town and then spend almost all of their money, blow it all on going to a nightclub, getting loads of takeaways, and then for the rest of the month they would say that they wouldn't have any money but somehow would still be able to afford those extra takeaways and another night out. But yet they would still not be able to put some money aside to do the things that they said that they wanted to do, despite the fact that they said that they wanted to do an outdoor apprenticeship and really get the most out of the outdoor industry so that it can continue forward. Now I get that it's good to get out every now and then and let your hair down, but at the same time, I feel like there was an imbalance at that time where we were not necessarily being prepared to invest in ourselves and were more just interested in going out. If that sounds like someone that you know, or maybe even that's you, then maybe it's time to reassess that situation. Yeah, okay, rant over. Investing in yourself doesn't just have to come in the form of courses though. We can talk to people, we can gain loads of ideas from them, we could watch and observe others. Maybe it's time to go find that training manual that you got when you first started and blow off the dust off that from all the spiders and all that sort of stuff and have a quick flick through that as well. Also, I heard that there's this really cool instructor guy that's doing these YouTube videos at the moment, so maybe they're worth checking out as well. Hint, hint. So one of the ways that I used to help learn and invest in myself was just end up trying to run workshops and courses myself just for my colleagues. So in the past I've done reviewing workshops, navigation and climbing games workshops as well. And I've learned a lot from that, and then it ends up being an open discussion so that I end up picking up ideas from others as well, and then I can reuse that in the future. So it's kind of a win-win situation where we just recycle lots of ideas, but then it all gets passed on and adds value to the sessions that we run instead. And you know what? If I was reading through someone's CV and it said that they've put on workshops and developed their own things in the past, you know what? That would definitely help them stand out from the crowd when I'm looking through a sea of CVs. So what other ways have you invested in yourself? And have I missed out on any other ideas? Let me know in the comments below. If this video was useful, please make sure to share, like it, and make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future content. Other than that, until next time, take care.